Not sure if you heard this song, but I found a little nice tune for you to analyze, and it's called Master of Puppets. We'll take the lyrics, we'll go through them, see what works, what doesn't, analyze the technique of songwriting in terms of lyrics. And by the way, I'm Vadusha, and I'm the greatest expert on songwriting in the entire world, and maybe even on YouTube. Jokes aside, I'm Vadusha, and this is my channel where I try and make the world better by making it have more songs, preferably mine and yours. Let's start with the smallest things like phonetics. The first one is rhyming. Let's see if James Hetfield rhymes well. Away, play, destruction. Fair, clear, construction. So a better way to organize this would be like this. And a passion play, crumbling away. I'm your source of self-destruction. Veins that pump with fair, sucking duck is clear, leading on to death's construction. This one's a tongue twister. Death's construction. So far, so good. See, need, to, you. This one's a weak rhyme, but it works in the context. Faster, master. Faster, master. This could use a different word. They repeat it. I'm not sure if this is deliberate, but it seems like having this tagline, obey your master, makes you have to rhyme faster, which is faster and grasp her. I'm pretty sure James could have put in more effort and think of something more deliberate here instead of repeating faster. Crawling faster and life burns faster. That's lazy songwriting right there. Strings, dreams. Works in the context. Thing, scream. Kind of a weak rhyme, but still works in context. Same here. Way, betray. Clearer, monopoly, misery, mirror. James has to change articulations there, forcing the stress to be on the final syllable there. Monopoly instead of monopoly, and misery instead of misery. Otherwise, these two don't rhyme. That's some creative rhyming there. These two don't really bring a lot of imagery there, so you could replace them with something that rhymes better. Not sure why James used these. Again, this repeats, this repeats, this repeats. Master wears the dreams that I've been after. This one's a nice one. It kind of establishes some expectation there. You expect that the after rhymes with master, and that's the pattern there. So you expect this one to rhyme as well, but it breaks it, making then an A-B rhyming scheme. That's a cool play on our expectations there. But again, lies, cries. These are what I call cheap rhymes. Phonetically, they're okay, but it looks like before James, there have been a million of people who rhymed that. Worth all that, natural habitat, reason. Maze, days, season. This one's self-ironic, and I truly believe that's some lazy rhyming again. Maybe back in the day they thought it was fun, and that wasn't as widely spread back in the day, this meta thing. And I think for a Metallica song, having these meta tools right there, breaking the fourth wall, saying an artist writes some lyrics right in this line, is again some lazy writing. That's not justified in this context. I think this could be improved. But again, in terms of phonetics, everything is fine. Occupy, die, you, to. The rest of it is all the same. I'd say phonetically Master of Puppets is very concise, very strongly built. There's some cheap rhymes there, but remember, that was long ago, very amateur writing back then. Pretty good for a metal band. These were the little phonetic things. Let's take a look at alliterations and other phonetic devices. Passion play, there's some alliteration there. Source of self-destruction, again, another alliteration. Not sure if that's deliberate, but it works very well. Crawling, some alliteration there. Blinded by, needlework, the way never you betray, again. I think these happened by a coincidence. That was just something they came up and they kept it. If it were deliberate, they would pursue this alliteration pattern all over the song. That's not the case here, so I guess these are here by chance, but it doesn't make them less cool sounding though. Right, let's jump to a next level of somewhat intermediate scale devices like syntax. And the only thing we can pinpoint there is the repetition of this hook, obey your master, kind of a tagline. Then a string of participles here, here, and here. Pulling, twisting, smashing. The rest is kinda boring in terms of syntax. So the level of syntax is pretty simple, not too many stylistic devices dedicated at syntax. I don't really see a lot of punchlines there, but it's kinda nice seeing how they metaphorically describe the topic of the song, which of course is puppets. These are hints, and we'll talk about that in a minute, how those transform across the song, revealing the actual topic. Breakfast on a mirror is a cool metaphor. Needleworking the way, which is a nice clash of direct and indirect metaphorical sense of needlework combining together. That's very, very nice. And the most prominent metaphor, the master of puppets pulling strings, manipulating, depriving somebody of will, is the key metaphor there, and it's extended all through the song. Veins pumping with fire instead of pumping with blood is also a nice metaphor. It is all built on metaphors, some of those being more bright, some of them are very plain, like these. Like they needed a verse and they added that. Kind of useless, never-ending maze, drift to number days, life is out of season. That's like rhyming for rhyming's sake. So this one I would absolutely remove. That's nothing. What I also like is the higher level constructions, not those little tiny metaphors. Let's jump a level up and see how the storytelling goes here. First verse, you really don't understand what's going on. You can think of a literal master of puppets, and the most common use of master of puppets is some politics or economics when somebody has the power or the money to manipulate somebody else. And that's my default thinking when this starts. And I'm your source of self-destruction. So there's somebody who is probably animate. They are referring to themselves as I, and you're expecting a person behind that. That's the opening. That's what you expect. You say, taste me. That's where the first doubt comes in. It starts drilling in your brain and you think, wow, taste who? To this point, if you're listening to this song for the very first time in your life, you might be still probably thinking, it's about a person. Then those hints become more and more clear. Needleworking the way. This is rhyming for the rhyming's sake. This is lazy, lazy songwriting. And then chopping breakfast on a mirror is another hint there, pointing at the actual topic of the song. Once you realize this very same repetition, same words, word by word, it changes meaning. It's like when you take a note and you play it with a different chord underneath. The meaning of the note, the feeling of the note changes. Let me demonstrate that. Say you have this, I don't know, E note. If you play it in an E major chord, there it is. It's just an E, the home, the root note. If you play, say, a C chord, and then you play a G chord with an E in it, it completely changes its meaning. Watch how its meaning changes when I play those chords. So, repeating the same thing with a different underlying meaning changes everything. Context makes it different. So I like this one. I like repeating this pre-chorus or whatever it is with a different meaning. Then you understand that master is actually those substances somebody abuses. And then, where's the dreams that have been after? That's a rhetorical question that needs no answer to it. It's just out there. Promised only lies. All I hear see is laughter, laughing at my cries. That's kind of, again, some lazy songwriting. It opens with a question, but it's just there to fill in the music and have some lyrics underneath. I don't really think this is meaningful. This is not meaningful. I like this changing. So it's a cool play on meanings when you repeat the pre-chorus once, then with the second round of the pre-chorus, the context changes, but the pre-chorus stays the same word by word. Then with the last round, wording changes. I like this kind of storytelling when there's changed in different repetitions. I will occupy, I will help you die, run through you, now I rule you too. So that's absolutizing the impact those substances make. And still saying I, syntactical repetition here, emphasizes the idea, brings home the understanding of who the song is about, or actually what the song is about, personifying those substances to make it even more relatable, like as if they're alive. So that's the change all through the song. Overall, with this storytelling, the subtle changes that open the idea of the song line by line, verse by verse. This hinting at it at the first glance, then expanding on it in the second verse, and then closing on it in the third verse, make the song unique, makes the lyrics writing in this song really, really strong. Overall, the song is very coherent. Unfortunately, there's a lot of filler lines and rhymes. You can cut 2/3 of it and it'll still have the same meaning, the same impact. So I think there's some amateur hand in it yet, but there is some very, very strong storytelling behind it. If I were to improve it, I would work on this last verse first, then I would work on some rhyming, and maybe I would change this faster to something else to make it a tiny bit more professional. There you have it, Master of Puppets analyzed. Thank you for watching this video till the very end, because it lets YouTube know the video is interesting and worth promoting, and most importantly, makes me happy. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video if you have a heart. And I wish you'll write a song that stands out as much as Master of Puppets stands out for Metallica, because you're awesome. Yes, you are.